Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Steelers Sanctuary podcast. I'm your host, Dave Ribeiro from SteelersSanctuary.com, and this is my co-host, David Korup. Dave, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man?
We have a new sponsor for the podcast, and Dave's going to introduce it for us. Dave, you want to give him?
Sure. All right, guys. Support for the Steelers Sanctuary podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code SANCTUARY at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 14 million balls.
Interesting. Use the code SANCTUARY to get 20% off. They send us a care package of some good stuff. A lot of good stuff in there. Give it a try and help us out in the podcast. All right, let's start off the actual podcast now. Steelers busy again, dude. Just when we thought they were done, they signed Isaac Seumalo, another guard from the Philadelphia Eagles. I guess the question is, what's the plan?
I didn't see this coming. I was just
I don't
like,
think anybody did.
It was late. I'm just on Twitter, and next thing I know, I'm like, wait, what? They signed another guy. And then I'm like, another fucking guy from the Eagles.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
holy shit.
Yep.
And then I was watching video. I'm like, damn, this guy can move people. Looks really good. And I'm just like, this has got to be the end of Dotson, right?
I mean, they have 4 starting capable guards right now.
Right.
Herbig, who they signed earlier, like Dotson, Daniels, and now Seumalo. We're gonna have to learn how to say that name correctly. But there was all kinds of wild speculation on Twitter today. They're moving people to center. Somebody maybe moving to tackle. I don't know what the Steelers' plan is. I guess Herbig and Daniels have played center previously. Daniels in college. I don't see them moving James Daniels though. He had almost like a Pro Bowl caliber season at guard. He's not going to move to center. I guess Herbig and Mason Cole could battle it out for center. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is.
I think we got a trade coming, bro.
It's possible.
I think there's a trade brewing or something. Something's up. I mean, you think about this. I mean, we went from you got Daniels and you had Dotson, right? You're thinking, okay, those are going to be the starting guards, and then all of a sudden, we're adding, Nate Herbig, and then you're like, oh, okay, cool. We got a great backup or Dotson replacement. Now this guy, you're like, all right, like something here's they didn't like something probably with Dotson. I mean, all you gotta do is look at the goddamn film, and you'll see that the 12 fucking penalties and the 6 sacks he gave up. I mean, it don't take a genius to see what they probably saw, and they're probably like, no, this is not good enough.
Don't forget they took a shot at Orlando Brown too. So clearly, right. I was completely wrong. They were not happy. They were not satisfied with the offensive line. Let's put it that way.
They're not.
They definitely want to upgrade. I don't know. I guess that puts offensive tackle in the draft at 17 or 32, maybe.
Oh, absolutely. If they don't sign one, the way it looks like now, I'm at a point where all bets are off with this group. I don't know what the fuck they might do. Yeah, they might go after offensive tackle. They might go get there's some top wide receivers out there. Have at it. It seems like we don't have a salary cap anymore. It's just, fuck it. Go after whoever and see what the hell happens. I really don't know. Because I told you, I don't know where they're at in the salary cap, because they poor, spot track. They probably can't keep up with this shit. They're probably like, holy hell.
Right.
So I don't know where they're at yet right now. Like as far as salary cap goes, whether they're way over or still a little under.
They gotta be.
But there's got to be restructures coming down the pipe, or someone's getting cut or traded or something. So everybody needs to understand something's going to happen here real soon where there's going to be a restructure, or someone's getting traded, or someone's getting cut. It has to happen. There's no way they're under the salary cap right now. There's no way.
No,
they're paying him this Seumalo or whatever. They're signing him to a 3-year, $24 million contract.
Yeah.
Bro, that's $8 million per. Like, where the fuck did they get the money to afford that?
Well, I did see somebody tweeted out that his first year salary cap hit is only like 4. And then
Okay.
it's
So they
backloaded a little
it.
bit more.
They backloaded it a little bit. All right.
But still, I don't even think they had $4 million. Something all
I
they've
don't know
done,
what they have.
well, yeah. So I guess TJ's got to be next for restructure, right? If they don't,
Oh,
there's
it has
nobody
to
left to really. I mean, they could cut
Cam.
Mitch, but they've said they're not going to cut Mitch.
Well, I'm sorry. Cutting. I just know that I can see Cam Hayward restructuring again.
Or him. Those are the two guys, either Cam Hayward or TJ.
It's gotta be, dude. Like, I don't see how it's not.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but I'm glad they're being aggressive. I'm glad they're upgrading the offensive line. There's some other positions that need to be addressed. I mean, they only have, I guess technically they have 2 tight ends on the roster if you count Hayward. They have a slot receiver, but he's never played it down.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if they haven't updated yet. They got Peterson's contract on here, but I'm not seeing Sumalo or how you say it. I don't see him on here yet, so they haven't updated yet with him.
It's probably too soon. They'll probably have it tomorrow.
I'm trying to see how updated. Oh no, they do have him on here. They just don't have the contract on here yet.
They don't have the numbers yet. The numbers just kind of came this afternoon.
He's on here, but he's not. They don't have the actual contract.
Yeah. What does it say where they're at the salary cap right now?
Yeah,
without
I'm looking.
Sumalo?
Cap space. It says $18.5 million.
Yeah, that's not updated, right? I mean, it
that
can't be right.
No.
Is that Spot Track?
Yeah.
Yeah, over the cap's a little better for that more up to date stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't show Larry Ogunjobi's contract now. It doesn't show. Okay, it just updated and got longer. What happened? So it's definitely not showing people's contracts on here yet. So yeah, there's no way they're 18 million under. There's just no fucking way.
No. So they got some work to do on that.
They got Nate Herbig. They got Kazi. Patrick Peterson's on here. That's really it. They just haven't added Ogunjobi or Sumalo. He hasn't been added yet. So they got at least 2 they haven't added yet, dude. There's no way.
Yeah. It's interesting. Well, what have they done? They restructured Minka. That saved them $10 million. Yep. And they cut William Jackson III and Jack. That's right. So maybe they do have some money because Jack saved them 8. So now that's 18. And cutting WJ3 there saved them 11.
Yeah, I think it was 11.
That's $34 million. I mean, I didn't add up all the cap hits. Maybe they still do have some money left over.
I guess, but man, to be under by 18, that don't sound right.
Well, you like you said, they didn't have Sayamalu or
no. Ogunjobi's is going to be a 10 mil hit right off the bat, isn't it? 10 or 11 million.
So you're looking at about 14 more. So they still seem, in theory, have 14.
Yeah,
right.
Maybe, I guess so.
Ish. We'll have to wait and see. It's wild. This is not this last 2 seasons because it was like this last year kind of. It was one sign they got Daniels, they got Cole, they got Miles Jack. It was kind of crazy. And then this is very unsteeler like the last couple of years.
Yeah, it is. And I'm for it, man. This is what makes the offseason fun for us. Like,
this is exciting stuff for sure.
Usually it's boring as shit. Like the offseason, you're just like, Steelers, come on, do something. Like, it's so boring. But no, they've been making it fun as hell. This is the second year in a row where, like, you're like, all right. But this year it feels like they really could go after anybody. They literally, you just feel like they could go after anybody. When you hear about who they inquire about, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, right. When that Orlando Brown thing was eye-opening because it seemed like they were done doing deals. And it's like, wait a minute, they're in on Brown?
Do you remember we talked about, like, those are Kevin Colbert's guys, Will Kahn and Andy Wild, will they be like, yeah, we don't care. That's his guys. So we don't have a problem shipping them off or trading or whatever. And then boom, dude, it started happening. They traded Chase Claypool. You're like, oh shit. So I'm wondering if that maybe is what this is. This is hey, we're going to start implementing our own thing that we think will be more beneficial to the team and start building it like other teams are building nowadays.
Yep.
I'm just saying it could be happening, and I'm glad. I mean, I think it's a good thing. I really do.
We've come kind of full circle on the Andy Weidel influence thing, right? When he first got hired, we're like, yeah, you can bring some of the Eagle stuff, and then we started thinking about it. It's like, well, it's still Mike Tomlin's show, and this and that. Maybe he doesn't have such a big. And then Omar Khan said he's not even in the room on draft day, and we're like, oh, Andy Weidel's just another guy in the front office, but all these signings have him written all over it. 2 Eagles guys,
Yeah,
an offensive lineman, and they brought Ogunjobi back, so they're definitely strengthening the both lines. So maybe he does have a lot of influence.
It was one thing when it was one guy, right? But then when it starts becoming 2 guys and they're both focused on the offensive line, you're like, okay, yeah, Weidel's definitely got his hands in this, helping make moves. So,
and maybe Tomlin went to them and said, well, look, we got to strengthen the lines, and they brought in a guy that was good at it. And maybe that's how it played out.
Well, like I said, dude, all they got to do is watch the damn games. Like, you can see that Moore ain't it, and Dotson's not it. Dotson, I thought, had some potential to be a great guard, but
I don't even know if he's on the team come opening day at this point.
Yeah,
I don't know what they could get for him in a trade. You're looking at maybe 5th, 6th round pick, because he was a 3rd round pick and he hasn't played all that great. Maybe you could squeeze a 4th round pick out of somebody.
And that might be what they're planning on doing. They don't got no 5th or 6th round. They might be looking to acquire some more picks. Can you imagine if they do that? They trade down as well.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But at this point, they've filled so many holes already. They don't need as many picks as we thought they did.
Well, they're doing exactly what we were hoping, and that's making it to where they really can go BPA, best player available, in the draft, which is really what you want. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you got people, they're glamoring for them to take Jordan Addison now because they made some moves to kind of make it almost to where they can go best player available or whatever. But I just
not at 17.
Not 17.
I can live with it. 32, maybe. I don't know if he lasts that long, but I'm not taking him at 17.
Well, that's like that Mozzie out of Michigan.
Yeah,
I've seen people say they're going to take him at 17. I'm just like, no, do not.
That's a little early to
take that guy at 17, please.
He's going to get drafted by the Steelers if he's available in the 2nd round, because they've met with him twice already.
I know.
Once at the combine, and then again at Michigan when the pro day. So they like him. They're doing their homework on him. So, but no, at 17 is too early.
Yeah,
they're taking a corner or a tackle. I think you can cut it off there. They're taking either, or maybe, I don't know if there's a linebacker even good enough to take at 17. It's going to be corner or offensive tackle.
At 17, nah, I don't think so.
All right, since we're talking about the draft, me and Dave and I are going to try something different. We're going to try to do a live mock draft right now, right here.
First 4 rounds.
First 4 rounds, yeah. We're not going to do all 7. That'll be crazy. We'll give you the important previous picks before it, and then we'll tell you who we take, and then we'll move on to the next round. I'm going to share the screen with David here, so this might bear with us. That might take a minute. And we're going to run this PF. We're going to do PFF in case anybody's wondering.
We're going to do their mock draft machine.
Yes, and we're going to just let it run and do it live, just to see what would
currently what the mocks are showing, just to see who's available, when, where, what.
All right, you see that now, Dave?
Yeah,
you got it?
Yeah, I can see it. Yep.
All right, let's start it out. And it's rolling.
Bryce Young went number 1 overall.
Okay, on the board is Kalijah Cansey's on the board a lot.
He's always there at 17.
Yeah.
He's always the highest ranked, and he's there at 17. I don't know, man, because I try to figure out what they might do, and they want big guys in the trenches, and that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if why don't them be like, yeah, go get this kid.
They're going to try to Joey Porter's on the board. Let me go over some of the picks here. Bryce Young went 1, CJ Stroud 2, Will Anderson 3, Will Levis 4, Jalen Carter went 5. So much for Jalen Carter falling, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
Anthony Richards 7. We'll skip through. I won't say them all. Miles Murphy 12. Broderick Jones, who the Steelers probably have interest in, goes 13 to the Jets. Devin Witherspoon, another Steelers guy, goes 15 to the Packers. Joey Porter's on the board. He's getting taken, isn't he?
Yeah, it's going to be Joey Porter.
Right. I'll give us some of the Jackson Smith and Jigba is probably the best receiver on the board. Brian Brisset still out there. Nolan Smith's my favorite. Jordan Addison's out there. But if Joey Porter's on the board,
they're taking him.
I would. Yeah. All right. Let's take Joey Porter. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Next up. DeJuan Jones is on the board.
They're taking him.
Right?
There ain't no doubt in my mind. They're taking DeJuan Jones.
Just to give the listeners, Jordan Addison's gone. Brian Brisset is gone. Nolan Smith's gone. Michael Mayer is gone. Osiris Torrance got picked. Cam Smith got picked. So, yeah, I'm thinking.
I mean,
DeJuan
unless
Jones
you think they'd
pick
want
it.
Antoine Harrison over DeJuan Jones, but DeJuan Jones is just an absolute giant that can see them wanting in the trenches, man.
No, I think they like DeJuan Jones, but the only way the guy.
Mozzie Smith is right there.
Yeah. That's a tough choice, right?
Yeah, it is.
Because neither one of them is going to be there at 49.
I still think they would prioritize offensive tackle to protect Kenny. That's just me.
All right, let's do DeJuan Jones. 32 overall. The pick is in. All right, 49 coming up. Let's see who's been taken so far. Mazai Smith went to the Patriots, 2 picks before us. Jimmy Gibbs is gone. Jalen Hyatt got picked. Trent Simpson got picked. Kaylee Ringo's gone. Okay. So we have a corner and an offensive tackle. Luke Whippler, center, is available. Dalen Henley, linebacker. What do you think, Dave? Joe Tippmann, center.
I think they would. You go back up. I think that
John Michael Schmitz is still available.
They need a linebacker. I think they go Deion Henley.
I think you might be right. Looking at what's available.
Yeah, just looking at what's available. They already picked. They already picked a couple of those positions, so I don't think they would.
They got a corner and a tackle. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to double dip.
Let me just check who the best defensive tackle is still on the board. Sakaika. He's ranked 65 though. They could probably wait on him a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, let's take Henley. Deion Henley, linebacker, Washington State. And away we go. Round 3 coming up. All right, let's see who's been taken in the last few picks. Joe Tippmann is gone, the center. Keanu Benton's gone. That was one I considered too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sam Laporta's a good tight end. Nick Herbig is gone. Jordan Battle. So let's see. Gervon Dexter would have been one too, just picked by the Colts at 79 just before them. They need a defensive tackle. Is there one worth taking? Oof. This thing thinned out. Zach Pickens?
Yeah. Who?
This group. Zach Pickens is a defensive tackle for South Carolina. He's pretty
His
good.
ADP is 94, though. You're going to take him with
I know. But he won't be there at 120. You know, this is the game you're playing.
Now, so they haven't gotten – so as of right now, though, they haven't gotten Bud Dupree. So is Carl Brooks in play from Bowling Green?
He is definitely in play. Definitely in play.
As of now, right now, with no Dupree in hand, I would probably say they with this is the 4th round, right? This is it.
This is the 3rd round.
Third round. Shit. I don't know if I'd take him in the 3rd.
Let's look at wide receivers. Slot receiver. That Nathaniel Dill's small.
No, I'm not interested in any of them.
Parker Washington, Jaden Reed.
Nope.
Tyler Scott's pretty fast, but I don't know. It's still early for them. This just gets tough.
Yeah, I'm not interested in any of them.
How do I get back to? All right.
You know
Luke
what?
Whippler.
Let's go Luke Whippler. Look,
I
You
just
really
saw
want to
that.
bolster that fucking O line. Good Lord.
Do it.
DeJuan Jones and Luke Whippler. Whew.
2 Ohio State guys. Done.
Yeah.
Pick is in. Let's see. Round 4. We're not going to do the 7th round picks because
Dude, that O line would be
right.
stacked
We've
now.
we've
Whew.
drafted one hell of an offensive line here. All right.
Now
think they
now
had
you
some-
take that Moro Ojamo. I mean the defensive lineman out of
The
Texas.
defensive
That
lineman
now
from Texas.
now the
I think
pick to me, the value is worth it.
Yeah.
Or Keandre Colburn too. I mean, he's another one from Texas.
Yeah. I'm looking down here. Those are 2 good guys. I mean, yeah, I think you have to go.
What about edge? Can you go back up? Who's the highest ranked
Yeah.
edge? It's KJ. Oh no, it's Isaiah McGuire out of Missouri,
I don't know
and then
anything about
KJ
him.
Henry from Clemson.
They like Clemson kids. I think you got to go defensive tackle here.
I think
think
you're
you
right.
have to.
I mean, but who do you proud? I mean, do you think Moro Ojama is better than is Colburn?
swear-
I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
1 second. So his rank on PFF is 85. His ADP, average draft position, is whoa. Yeah, so
132.
his
yeah.
average draft position is 132. Scroll down
Yeah.
real quick. I want to see something real quick. 132. Okay. Right there. But there. Keandre Colburn.
Oh,
He's actually, his average draft pick was 1 higher, actually. Look at that. It's where'd it go? 131.
Yep.
So he's actually getting drafted higher
Yep.
than, wow. So, oh
It
man,
is
do you see our guy?
Which one?
Zach Kuntz?
I was just gonna say. I was just gonna bring that up to you, dude.
Oh,
I did a draft that tested off the freaking charts.
bro.
Let's take
I
it.
know the
take
draft
it.
grade's going to be horrendous if we take him.
It's not that far off. It's 125. We're picking 120.
Nah, let's go Keandre Colburn. I'm interested to see because his rank is 121, so he's way down than Ajomo, but his average draft pick is actually 1 higher.
Let me see let's look at his size real quick while we're doing this.
Because look, I
Is
know
he
the
like a
draft
true
grade.
nose,
I
or-
know the draft grade they're going to give us for taking Ajomo in the 4th round. It's going to be like a C+.
I'm gonna pull him up right now.
So I'm curious what they'll
Uh,
think if you take Colburn.
He's only 6'1". He's got short arms, 31 and a half. I think Ajomo is more of a Steelers guy, to be honest with you, Dave.
A bigger dude.
Yeah. Let's see Ajomo. What's his first name? Oops. Moro Ajomo. Out
There
of
he is.
Texas. Yeah, 6'2", 292, 34-inch arms.
Yeah,
He's
look
kinda
at that.
Small too.
Yeah, but still, look
He
at
tested
the
a lot
chart.
better.
Chart's
Yeah.
way better. Take
All
him.
right, we'll take
I
Ajomo.
just no. I know it's going to be like a C+. I think they're going to give us in that round.
So, yeah, that's fine. I mean, PFF only grades off their rankings, not what the Steelers want. So we got 2 offensive linemen, a corner.
Oh, you still assigned it to
defensive
do the whole
tackle.
draft?
Yeah, I forgot to let it scroll a little bit. I'd be pretty happy with this draft overall.
I mean, yeah. I mean, why not?
I would have
mean-
liked to get a defensive tackle earlier, though. That's the only.
You know what?
I'd
Let's
like-
just keep going. Screw it. It's already going to the 7th. What did you just do?
I just hit
Oh,
the
did
top ranked guy. Oh, you wanted to keep going? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I was gonna say, I mean,
Um,
screw it. Might as well just keep going since we did 7 anyways. But
All right, you get the second, 7th round pick. You see anybody you like here?
Hunter Lupke, fullback,
Yeah,
North Dakota.
fullback type
Yep.
guy. All
Yep.
right, we'll take him. Let's see what grade PFF gave us. Taking a long time here, buddy. All right, let's see. We got an A.
Oh.
We got an A, Dave. We aced it.
Yeah, we did.
Gave us an A+ for Joey Porter, an A- for DeJuan Jones, an A for Deion Henley, an A for Luke Whippler, C+ for Ajomo. I took Malik Cunningham without even realizing it, which isn't a bad pick. A little flyer in the 7th
No.
round.
We
Kid's
need
an
a
athletic
QB.
quarterback. Yep. And Hunter Lupke, we got a B-. How about that?
Yeah, I will take that. No problem.
It's a pretty good draft, right?
Yeah. I mean, you just bolstered the shit out of your O line. You got your D line guy to suck up 2 offensive linemen, and then you got Joey Porter to be mentored by Patrick Peterson, which sounds amazing. I don't know about you.
Yeah,
and then
I'm not a big Joey Porter fan, but
yeah, but at the same time, if he's
live
gonna
with
get mentored by a guy like Patrick
Yeah.
Peterson,
Yeah.
then I'm okay with it. What Henley, linebacker, right? Which you need a linebacker. So, and he's ranked pretty high up there. He's ranked now higher on PFF, higher than some of those other guys. So is he higher than Campbell? I know he's higher than Sanders now. Is he higher than Campbell too?
No, I think Campbell's higher.
Is he?
I think
Okay.
Campbell's higher. I don't have it up here, but I think this is a perfect draft if I could swap out Mazai Smith at 49 for Henley and then take a linebacker in round 4.
If
That's a perfect
the board's
draft for
better,
me.
yeah, I wouldn't mind Mazai Smith in the second round, to be honest. But
yeah,
he was
but like we said, we had a choice between.
They're gonna want DeJuan Jones. I think I really do. I mean, I could be wrong. They could go Mazai Smith, but
yeah, I mean, because the tackles fall off after that, right? Pretty good. Like after DeJuan Jones in that second round, that's
him and Antoine Harrison. That's it. Like after them, it's a steep drop. So you'll have Blake Freeland in like the 3rd or 4th round,
who
for a tackle
tested really, really well, but
I'm just saying, like that's it. That's like the only guy that comes to mind after that.
I'm gonna double check to see if they had who they had higher, Jack Campbell or let's take a look. Yeah, Jack Campbell. Oh no, actually they had Henley. Jack Campbell was available. I think we flubbed that one.
Oh shit! When was he available?
He's ranked lower. He might have been drafted, and because I think we would have seen him. Yeah, somebody might have just.
I know it happened. He's one of those guys that's ranked down far enough where we just didn't go scroll down far enough to see him. But
it's possible too.
He got taken right before we could have taken him. So that's probably what happened.
They got 2, run stuff and linebackers. Now they're going to take another one. I mean, he's pretty much Holcomb, right? Maybe a little bit better version of Holcomb.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if you're looking for a guy that's going to be your cover guy, it's going to be Trent Simpson or whatever his name. I think is how you say his name.
Yeah, or Henley too. Henley tested pretty well. So I don't know if they prefer. Yeah, Jack Campbell seems like a Steeler guy though, right?
He does,
draft him,
but he seems more like a better than Spillane, but basically that's what you're going to get as a run stopping guy. You're not going to get a cover guy. At least I don't believe he's a cover guy. So I don't know. I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and look at tape, but I would rather, if I was going to get a linebacker in this draft, than Henley, because I think he is faster, can cover, or Trent Simpson.
Trent Simpson seems to be more of a Steelers guy too.
Yep.
I think
but he's a jack of all trades. He can cover.
Yeah.
He's played corner. He's your guy. If you want a guy and they like him, they've taken out to dinner, had dinner with this guy.
Yeah.
Just like they have with Mozzie. I don't know if they went out to dinner with Mozzie Smith. I know they've seen him twice.
Tony Pauline said they had a private meeting. I don't know if that means dinner or just what, but they had a private meeting.
But those are 2 guys. They must be really high on.
Yeah, and Trent Simpson is different than anybody they have, right? He's different than the linebackers they have. So he would have a role.
Basically, I guess what we're saying on defense, they're the guys they really want probably are Porter, Mozzie Smith, and then
Trent Simpson.
Yeah. So
those are the 3 guys I think they target early.
Yep. For defense, they're probably really high on their board. Have to be.
Yeah, it's got to be corner first. I know you've done a bunch of mock drafts, so have I, and just looking at them on, what other people are doing. There's a world where they draft at 17 and all the cornerbacks are gone and all the tackles are gone. You're kind of like, Joey Porter's gone, Witherspoon's gone, and then obviously, the top tackles are out of there, and then you go like, what do you do now? Like, you take DeJuan Jones that early at 17?
Yeah. I mean, but here's the thing though that was nice about what I liked seeing though at 32 was how it was a little harder for us. That's a good thing because that means
It is a good.
they're going to
right.
have more choices. Hopefully, one of
At
those
32.
guys
That's
will
why
fall. So that's a good thing.
we've talked about trading down. It makes all the sense in the world to trade down.
Yeah, seeing this
You
kind of
know?
makes me want to do that now because if they could snag both them guys in the second round, I'd be hyped as fuck. To be honest with you, I'd be really hyped.
I mean, we all know if Joey Porter falls to 17, they're not trading down. They're taking Joey Porter. They're going to like him.
But dude, that could be the plan. If Porter, Gonzalez, and Witherspoon, right? Devin Witherspoon, if all those top corners are gone and there's still a lot of offensive tackles on the board, they may trade down and then just go after target DeJuan Jones, Mozzie Smith, Henley, or Simpson maybe, or whoever. Like and those guys they like in that second, third round, they can try to snag as many of those guys as possible with their extra picks. That'd be great. I'd have no problem with that because especially because they have the 32nd pick. So it's not like they still have technically a first round pick. Really, it is. Yeah. So I'd be fine with it.
They don't even have to trade out in the first round. They could just trade to the back. They could have back-to-back picks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like 31 and 32 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
and,
I mean that's a good.
And then pick up another pick. There's a lot of different ways they got. Because they've done so good in free agency, they could move around.
If they could move down, but stay in the first round, right? Like you just said, where they go almost towards back to back, and then they add a second pick and say a fifth or a sixth, that'd be awesome. Honestly,
and that's
the more
not
I look at it, I really want them to have a fifth round pick to try to get Kuntz. I really want them to go get him.
I would like to get. I agree with you on the Kuntz thing. I like him a lot too. I think I talked about it with Tony last week. You hear a lot of buzz about Bijan Robinson. A lot of teams behind the Steelers like him a lot. So there's going to be a lot of teams that want to trade up to get him. Nobody wants to use a top 15 pick on a running back, but then I've heard Eagles, Bills, even the Chiefs might be interested moving up a little bit to grab him because he's supposed to be like top talent running back since the Giants running back there. So the Steelers could trade down if Bijan Robinson falls. Yeah, they say he's a top running back prospect since Barkley.
Okay.
So there might be a lot of interest if he's there at 17. The Steelers could even, I guess the goal would be get a first round pick next year and have two. That's what the Eagles always do. Trade down, get multiple picks, trade around.
I mean, maybe
the Eagles seem like they have 2 picks every year.
Yeah.
Right? 2 first round picks every year.
It is interesting what they do to always. When I saw they had was the 5th overall pick this year?
Something like that, right?
Yeah. I was like, that's ridiculous. How the hell did the guys that just went to the Super Bowl got like the 5th overall pick? But yeah.
And they traded one of their first round picks last year to get the wide receiver AJ Brown.
Yeah. And
they still had a pick, and they picked a Georgia defensive tackle. So they just cleaned up. It's like, it's crazy. They do such a good job. Hopefully, Andy Weidl can bring some of that to Pittsburgh. I think trade down is a real option. So to wrap up the pod, what's next, Dave? What do you think they're going to do next? It's almost. Is there another free agent move out there? Do they go get?
It might be wide receiver. I know it sounds crazy, but they it depends on Calvin Austin III. And I know I bring this up probably every fucking podcast. You're probably getting sick of hearing me say this.
No, you have to talk about it.
I think I think it's based on that. I really do. I think it's based on how do they feel about him. If they feel like he's legit healthy and could legit make an impact, then they probably won't. But if they don't think that, or maybe they want to play it safe, they may go and get someone.
I'm going to pull up Spot Tracks, check out the best free agents left on the market.
Oh,
not quarterbacks. I want all. Let's just do all of them and see what's out there.
Yeah, why not?
Let's take a look. All right. I got to scroll down because a lot of them were signed. Holy crap. All right, here we go. Kenny Golladay. Bud Dupree is actually 4th on this list. That's a name that could definitely happen.
Oh, I was thinking of
Right,
stuff
there's been a lot of-
to me that's an automatic there with Bud Dupree,
Yeah.
but I meant other, like I'm thinking of others, like other moves they can make. I get
Adam
is
Thielen
there-
from the Vikings as a slot
Maybe.
guy.
maybe
I mean, he's going to cost a little bit.
I could have
Donovan
sworn I
Smith,
read
the left
the.
tackle from.
I
Go
was
ahead, I'm
getting ready
sorry.
to bring that up. If they're going after,
A veteran tackle,
tackles.
right?
then they may go pull the trigger on one of these other ones that might be available.
He's
So
the
it
best
could be-
tackle left out there.
It could be anything from wide receiver to tackle to I'm trying to think of defense. It could be a different edge rusher. What if the whole thing don't work out with Dupree? Maybe they go get some other edge
Yeah,
rusher.
that could be.
Could be a guy
Let's
that might
pull
not
up-
cost them a lot of money.
Let's pull up tight ends. They need a
yeah,
second
got
tight end. Let's
safety.
see who's out there.
I got corner. You think they might be done with D lineman, or you think maybe they could bring in another D lineman?
Let's check it out. I got my guy there. Ashawn Robinson still out there. Let's see
Oh,
who
okay.
else is out there.
That could be a feasible one to look at for sure.
Let's see who's. Michael Brockers, Quentin Jefferson, Derek Noddy, and Ndamukong Suh hasn't retired yet.
Man, Ndamukong
It's
Suh.
not a great defensive tackle line.
Yeah.
Who's the guy from that the Ravens cut? He's older, but he's
Oh,
I'm blanking on his name, and he's not on this list for some reason.
starts with the D, I think.
He's a name they might kick the tires on. Yeah, it's not great defensive line free agent. I mean, they do need one. Let's see if it's over here. Talk JJ Watt out of retirement. Wouldn't that be something?
That'd be
Calais
hilarious.
Campbell. Calais Campbell, I found it. I wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't mind Ashawn Robinson. Yeah, that's about it, though. Really,
I wonder how much Calais Campbell would want though.
he's like 40 something years old. He can't want. He's in his mid 30s. I don't think he can ask for too much. They don't have market value on him.
I don't
they
know,
do.
man.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Yeah. I mean, wide receiver, it's got to get barren. There wasn't that many anyway.
No, you got what, OBJ, and then
McCole Hardman, we've talked about before.
yeah, there's just no
He's still
way.
out
His
there.
market value is ridiculous for what he
Yeah.
gives you. There ain't no way.
Robbie Anderson, I'm not a fan of. DJ
No.
Chark. DJ Chark's not too bad.
I don't think he'd be really a slot guy though, would he?
No, I don't think so. He's more of an outside guy. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not too good. The wide
No.
receiver class was not good this year. Thielen could be a slot receiver.
Yeah, I
He's a
wouldn't
little
mind
older.
that.
I don't know what kind of.
That's
doesn't
what we
have the
talked
speed
about
you
before.
kinda
We just don't know.
looking
We
for.
just don't know what the money he's going to want. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We don't know how much money he's going to want. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to start getting, we're starting going to the bottom of the barrel now because of a
Yeah.
lot of these positions.
Forget about a compensatory pick next year, right? They've added so many free
Yeah.
agents and they're not going to lose. Oh, we should say Devin Bush signed with Seattle. There's some
Oh.
Steelers news.
Yeah, did you see he put, I can't wait to be a Seahawks.
Yeah.
So I replied
Yeah.
back, we can't wait either.
Watch them do pretty well out there.
I don't care. Hey, look,
I wouldn't be surprised.
he didn't want to be,
I know.
like I said last podcast, he didn't want to
Yeah.
be a Steeler. He didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
He couldn't wait to get out of here. So good riddance. You did nothing for us. So I don't care.
Malik Reed signed with the Dolphins. That came out today too. I don't know why anyone would be interested in him, to be honest. To sign this early, I thought he signed like late. I don't know.
Training camp fodder, bro.
Good for the Dolphins. Let them.
Yeah, good for them.
He was terrible. I guess that's all I have. You got anything else before we sign out? This was a quickie. We wanted to get in our. We're going to talk about Siamalu and then get a little mock draft in. You got anything else, or are we good?
No, I think that's really it, man. I just wanted to talk about him and talk about, just don't want to do the cool. I thought it'd be, when you floated the idea to me to do a live draft like that, I thought, yeah, let's do it. I think it'd be a cool thing to do, cool exercise, just so people can see kind of like where everybody's kind of right now
Yeah.
sitting at. And like, if people don't understand, like when you do these mock drafts, you're going to really see some names that might start off getting taken in the first round, these mocks, and then you slowly see them going second round and third round and fourth round.
Yeah.
And then you have your guys that rise. You have guys that were in the fourth round, and now after a great combine and a great pro day, now they've shot themselves all the way up to like end of first or beginning of second round. Like I said, I was looking at my mocks from a year ago, and I was literally taking Leal in the first round. In February of last year, Leal was a projected first rounder, and the Steelers ended up getting him in the third round. So that just showed you how people had Leal on their board. And then he fell to the Steelers in the third, so they snagged him.
Yep.
So that's what people got to understand. If you don't pay attention to stuff, you don't do mock drafts, you're going to see a lot of this shit. You're going to see a lot of guys right now getting picked high, and they drop by the end of by the time the draft's over, or they were ranked low and now they get picked higher because of the combine, because of pro day.
I'll throw this podcast on YouTube tonight so people can follow along on the screen as we're talking. They can actually see the picks more closely. So that'll be fun if you want to check that out. Steelers Sanctuary on YouTube. All right, that's it for us, I guess. Follow me on Twitter at SteelersSank16. Email the show at daver@SteelersSanctuary.com. Give me your stuff and let's get out of here.
Oh, you can find me at Twitter at M_Corb. And then I'm on TikTok, Steelers Sanctuary Podcast, or Still Sank Pod. I put cigars on there, different whiskeys I tried. And of course, I do mock drafts and talk about the podcast stuff. So hit me up on there. I have no problem talking football or any of that stuff on there.
All right, don't forget about our sponsor, Manscaped. Use the code word Sanctuary for 20% off your order. And thanks for listening to the Steelers Sanctuary Podcast. We'll talk to you next time.